In the second initial match of Group F of the round of 32 of the Cameron Star League, it's the red Protoss, Captain Canuck, and in the bottom right, as the blue Protoss, it's FireKlaw. FireKlaw repping Team Unrivaled, Canuck, the Alpha Dragon. The group of Protoss, it's all PvP all night. Both players sending out worker scouts. Canuck is someone who has gained a lot of skill in a small amount of time. He's also started to gather himself a following as a streamer and caster, streaming quite a few matches from the Tech 4 and Friends and Duddles Diamond League for his team Snap Back to Reality. FireKlaw's a name that's been around for a while. See how the newcomer and the old hat stack up. Alright, Canuck dropping a proxy pylon. FireKlaw dropping a pylon in the wall to see what the first two units of his opponent are, and the stubble stalker should signal the FireKlaw that he's going to be facing aggression. His stalker sentry much more defensive here. He is pushing out with his stalker. Does he suspect the proxy robo of Canuck? Canuck just building a stalker count, not pushing out just yet. FireKlaw hallucinating a phoenix, scouting forward. Warp Gate finishing for Canuck, and it looks like he's ready to make his move. Now FireKlaw did see the stalkers moving, the hallucinated phoenix. He's going to go for a double shield battery defense, getting another pylon up. Warp Gate just finished for him, but he's going to have a tough hold at the top of the ramp. He needs to drop a force field, but he doesn't have the energy for it just yet. Captain Canuck bullying his way into the main of his opponent. And the probes are forced to be pulled. FireKlaw is going to mineral walk, catches two stalkers out. Shield batteries are going to make these probes a little bit tankier than they otherwise should be, but he needs to fight within range of them. Okay, still some defensive units here for FireKlaw, and he was able to take that probe damage and still be on an even economy with his opponent. However, Canuck is taking this opportunity to expand. FireKlaw thinking about pushing down the ramp, and he is indeed going to do so. Canuck needs to be targeting the high-value targets, but the shield has not even been procced yet on the Immortal. There it is. Oh no! Canuck volleys into it. It actually turns out to be enough. Canuck is going to bully the Stalkers back to the safety of the shield batteries. Perhaps FireKlaw shouldn't have left the range. The shield battery's out of energy, actually. And Canuck's Nexus is completing behind this. Alright, FireKlaw gets out another Immortal. Canuck continuing to warp in Stalkers, but also probing behind this. This is like an awkward Mexican standoff here. FireKlaw does have energy for some force fields, and he does have 2 Immortals out. He could definitely take on the Stalker force, no problem. Canuck going for a contain, which is never really a good idea. Yeah, he's got to get out of there with the Stalkers. He's going to shade 2 Adepts forward. And there's no probe here to drop the pylon in the wall, so they're going to hit the mineral line of his opponent. He should get at least 4 probe kills here if they focus fire, but they do not. So they're only going to get 2. Canuck firmly with an economic lead here. FireKlaw will be able to defend his nat for the time being. Oh, even going to cut some of these units off. This is really nice if he can get the Sentry. He's just going to get the Stalkers. Sentry able to save itself. Nice micro here from Canuck. FireKlaw finds the proxy and will be shutting it down post-haste. This is going to supply block Canuck for a bit. He doesn't have a pylon on the production tab. Oh no. He needs to realize this and get it cleaned up fast, or he's going to start floating minerals here. There he goes. Canuck getting up a Twilight Council, and we're going to settle into a more standard game. FireKlaw holding off the aggression of Canuck. Is going to be at an army supply advantage for now. Canuck with a heavy economic lead. Going to be investing into tech, getting up +1, and looks like charge will be the first item of choice on that Twilight Council. FireKlaw going for an envelopment of his opponent. If Canuck overextends to this high ground area, Depths might actually complete their shade to the main. In fact, they will. FireKlaw gonna attack at the front while the Adepts deal the real damage in the main. Actually, this might be the real damage too. Nice force fields out of FireKlaw, and he has a lot more where that came from. The Immortal does get picked off of Canuck. He has 2 more behind the wall. But FireKlaw has a ton of micro potential with this Warp Prism as well. He's just going to bully his way in here. FireKlaw turning around the match, looking like he's going to take the win for now. Indeed he is. GG. And FireKlaw in the bottom left corner as the red Protoss. It's Captain Canuck. And in the top right corner, as the blue Protoss, it's Team Unrivaled, FireKlaw. Canuck with a proxy gate stalker aggression in the previous game was looking very, 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 very good. But FireKlaw able to hold on and repel the advances of Canuck. Oh my god, this is... What? Okay, it's a proxy 2-gate forge. Inside the mineral patch from Canuck. FireKlaw doesn't know about this. Oh man. Gonna see a cannon, presumably at the bottom of the ramp. There it is. And we're gonna see zealots pumped out of these gateways. 2 cannons at the bottom of the ramp. Okay. There's a pylon to wall his opponent in. And, FireKlaw's Cybercore has finished up here. He's gonna immediately get 2 Stalkers. This could go either way. One gateway falls before the Stalker can complete! This is absolutely huge for Canuck. FireKlaw microing his macro backwards, but Canuck drops a cannon on the top of the ramp, and there's nothing that FireKlaw can do to shut this down. He's not going to be able to gun the Zealots down in time and also take out the cannon. As a matter of fact, I think he needs to take out the cannon first, but he's not gonna. More and more Zealots rallying up the ramp for Canuck. And FireKlaw is broken here. He needed to pull the boys, he needed to shut down the cannon, but he simply did not. And the Zealots are now in on the probe line, continuing to dish out damage to the Stalker as well. Well, okay, they will soon. Cannons keep pressing forward. Finally, a defensive forge finishes for FireKlaw, but GG is called. Canuck evens up the score. The score is 1-1 in this initial match. In the top left corner, as the red Protoss, it's Captain Canuck. And in the bottom right, as the blue Protoss, it's Team Unrivaled, FireKlaw. One of these players is going to be moving up to the winner's match. The other dropping the loser's match. Canuck with a double proxy gateway forge. In the previous game, able to break through FireKlaw's defenses on World of Sleepers. But in game number 1, Canuck's proxy gateway Stalker aggression was held off and countered by FireKlaw. Let's see who takes this series. FireKlaw with more defensive building positioning this time around. This is a little bit safer against Cannon Rush. It makes your opponent really come to you. But it looks like Canuck's going to play it out standard this time around. There's the customary pylon in the wall to see the first 2 units, and FireKlaw should know to defend from aggression, given that it's a double Stalker out of Canuck. Canuck dropping a proxy robo. Double Adept from Canuck. And FireKlaw got hit with a little bit of a supply block. These units should be out in time to stop any aggression, though. Will help stop. There's the proxy gate for faster warp in, and Canuck is rolling the die, shading into the main. He could get a pick on the sentry, which would be a really great start. Okay, he's gonna go for the probes. Only getting 2 kills though for the 2 adepts. That's not value at all. Alright, 4 Stalker Immortal. Or Canuck. Is that enough for him to want to go in yet? Okay, there's 2 Immortals. It looks like that is enough for him. The Warp Prism not quite out. So, his Immortal's not going to have the most utility yet. Oh, FireKlaw throws down the Nexus and cancels it. I don't know why he thought there wasn't aggression coming, but I guess he hadn't scouted Canuck's natural for a while. Canuck gonna try to shade into the mineral line while his forces deal damage at the front. He should be canceling that shade though. There is a shield battery there, which is gonna make those probes a little bit tanky. Ooh, a nice force heal here from FireKlaw. The Warp Prism should be able to save this forward Immortal. Canuck continuing the siege. FireKlaw can force heal the ramp again. Canuck needs to kind of elevator into the main here. Okay, he's going to do an Adept Warp in and shade toward the mineral line. There's the force shield again. The Warp Prism really needs to elevator in. Canuck can't afford to not do damage. Needs to buy time for an expansion or get some probe kills here. Alright, he lets the shade complete. He's going to pull the army out of position, but FireKlaw drops the force shield at the ramp. Oh no, the Warp Prism gets picked off. Only 3 probe kills for 5 adepts. There are 3 Immortals here, but again, with that Warp Prism gone, they lose a lot of their utility. However, Canuck has bought himself enough time to get an earlier expansion than his opponent. FireKlaw does have a Warp Prism out on the map, so he only has 3 Warp Gates, though. We could see like 3 Adepts here. Oh, that was a dank force field. And Canuck might lose a lot here. FireKlaw could just go in for the kill, actually. He's at 34 army supply to 16. Robotics bay behind this for Canuck. However, that tech isn't going to come into play for quite some time. I don't think FireKlaw is going to give him breathing room. GG is called, and FireKlaw takes a 2-1 victory over Canuck. So he's going to move up to the winner's match, while Canuck falls to the lower match.